your bad movie reviewer. Anyways, you might be asking, Boston, where's the Luigi's movie marathon? Where's the Alfred Hitchcock movie marathon? Well, first of all, happy birthday to Alfred Hitchcock. Rest in peace. Happy birthday. I'm trying to clap, but I'm holding my phone. So, air clap. Anyways, yeah, I did change my mind about the Luigi's movie marathon because I don't really have anything. The things that I have most to say about were Psycho. That's probably because Psycho is Alfred Hitchcock's best movie. At least the one out of all the ones I've seen. I've only seen the normals, the classic, the ones that everyone says are good. Rear Window. Actually, I haven't finished Rear Window. Yeah. But, Psycho, North by Northwest, Vertigo, love Vertigo, but Psycho, there's just so much to talk about with Psycho. So, let's start off with the review. It is really good. Every film directed by Alfred Hitchcock is going to have great directing. So, let's just skip directing, because he's one of my favorite directors. He was one of my favorite directors. But let's go to acting. Acting is great. Anthony Perkins is great. It does an amazing job as Norman Bates. And Janet Leigh, she's good as Marion. But Anthony Perkins is like, he's just this. He feels massive. He feels like this giant body. And spoiler alert. I'm sorry, no, I'm not going to do the spoiler one. I'm not going to do spoilers here because this is one of the films that you have to see. This is one of the movies that everyone has to see at some point. It's like Memento, Fight Club. It's one of your Fight Clubs. One of your Schindler's List, your Good, the Bad, and the Uglies. It is one of those movies that, if you're a film fan, you have to see it. If you're a normal person, you're going to see it. It's one of the Godfathers. It is said to be the first slasher movie. I don't see it as a slasher movie. I see it as a psychological thriller. Really not psychological. I see it as a thriller, not a horror movie, but a thriller. It is a horror movie, don't get me wrong. It's still a horror movie, but I see it as a thriller. But this film could be every genre ever. This movie is up there with Aliens, is a mixture of billions of genres. In Jurassic Park, it's an action-adventure horror thriller movie. It's like one of those mixture of genres. And I'm not talking about like Tombstone is an action movie that's a western. No, or Saving Private Ryan is a action war movie. No, like this is just a mixture of genres. Yeah. The writing it's pretty good. But it's nothing spectacular. It's great, but it's great writing. It's just nothing amazing. But anyways, this movie was incredibly controversial when it came out. I can see why, but nowadays it's not really controversial. I don't even know where this went. But the movie starts off with this great opening credit scene. And then it just kind of slowly moves along. But you're not bored. Because with the opening credit scene, you're just thinking, something's not right here. What's going on? Something's wrong. And In Psycho, it truly starts with that conversation in the office. That's where Psycho starts. Don't skip any other thing. That's all really important, but where Psycho starts is the conversation. If I had to say anything bad about Psycho, it's that the second act is way too slow. Now, the first act absolutely is the best. It is just slow. It slowly moves. So slowly. Tension builds and builds. You are terrified of what's going to happen. Because she stole the money. She's not a good person, but she's not awful either. And then you get to the Bates Motel. And that is, it's where the film really, really starts. Like, this is the first act. It slowly moves. And when you get to the Bates Motel, it goes a little bit faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And then you get the shower scene. That just stops. It just stops. The film just stops. There is no end of Act 1. That ends Act 1. Then we get Act 2. Well, Act 2 is really good. It's really good. You get the incredible first act. And then you get the second act, which is still really good. But the third act is absolutely the worst. It's not bad at all. It's great. It's really good. But it turns into more of a... I don't want to say action movie. It turns into more of a mystery. Like, the first two acts are definitely mysteries, but the first act is full-on thriller. It is a full-on thriller. It is full-on suspense, psychological thriller. Second act is more of a horror. It drops the psychological. It drops the suspense because you just get this cop. He's kind of there. We don't know anything about him. But you get the amazing psychological thriller first act. The normal horror third act, the normal horror second act, and then the mystery third act, which is them just kind of sneaking around the Bates Motel. It's not bad at all. It's really good. It really feels different from the first two acts. First act is definitely the best. And then it moves on to the second act, where it's good. It's a thriller, but it loses it because it doesn't really. Alright, the second act is really good. It's almost as good as the first act. But the third act, it just slows it down. But as soon as as soon as Layla, or whatever her name is, gets into the Bates mansion, it is just cranked up to 12. Not 11, 12. You get super suspense. You get that amazing, horrifying jump scare. And then we get the conversation. Everyone complains about how bad the conversation, where he's just explaining it. Everyone says that's the worst part of the movie. No, I kind of like it. I think it's cool. Alright. It's that bits of the third act that that is my least favorite part of the movie. I still think Psycho is one of the greatest movies ever made, but the third act is very, very strange. It's a whole lot different from the first two acts. But then you get that final monologue. They'll see and they'll know why she wouldn't even harm a fly. It's great. It is great. It is one of the greatest scenes ever. You cut out that conversation. Well, I still think it's really good. I like it. It does have a lot of problems. Like, it is kind of easy to figure out. But you take that out and the film is perfect. That third act doesn't stop it. It's still really good. All of those bits are really good. You take that monologue out. This might be my favorite movie. It would have been perfect. Alfred Hitchcock is great at making perfection. There are no plot holes in Psycho. There are no little bits that are bad in Psycho. It's that monologue that keep it from being a 100% perfect film. Now, North by Northwest and Vertigo both have giant plot holes. I'll get into those when I review them. But those aren't my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie. Psycho is my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie. I'm gonna give it an A+.